How do you handle failure? There are different ways in which people address failure that they encounter in life. In NLP, there is a presupposition that says that there is no failure, only feedback. This is something that we can tell our children as they are growing. Failure is an integral part of life. I believe the longer we live, the more failures we encounter. And hence, it's a good idea for the child to know that failure is just normal. But it's important to get up and get going and try again. Or if you keep trying the same thing, you're getting the same result. It's time to try something different in order to get a different result. So you've been doing the same activity over and over again. If you're reading the same way, you're studying the same way, and not getting the marks that you want, you have to change your strategy to study. That is how you will get the results. So you can't be doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results. For example, you cannot be eating food high on carbohydrates and expect your body to become lean and for you to become thin and have more energy. It doesn't work like that. We have to change our actions to get the results that we wanted. So coming back to failure, as a child, even as a young adult, I don't remember failing. I was a bright student, the monitor, the head girl, the administrative person, the go-to person of school, of students, friends, teachers, and even the administration. Same way it continued till college. Even with my first job, when I started to work, I hadn't known failure, and I've been brought up in an environment that was cocooned and protective. I come from a very loving family. I have a set of extremely loving parents. Uh, so they didn't teach me how to handle failure. And when that failure happened, I didn't know what to do. So it's important that you teach your kids how to handle failure. Tell them that it's a part of life. Tell them that it will happen. And failure is not personal. So that is not something that you've got to take to heart and say, I will not try anymore because I failed. Failure is just a way, as NLP says, it's feedback. Feedback telling you that what you worked for, it fell short and you got to work more or you got to work differently. So before you decide to quit that particular line, remember whichever you pursue, failure is integral to success. So handle it effectively, smartly, and creatively. One of the good strategies is to be prepared for failure, knowing that if you are doing something, there is going to be a low point. There is going to be something that will not work. So when you already take into account failure would come, you'll not be taken by surprise when it does come. So have a plan and be ready to implement that when failure strikes. And I'm saying it again. As Jim Rohn said, that repetition is the mother of all skills. Failure is natural. It's most normal. Even if you look at how seasons operate, the 4 cycles that we have of different seasons, autumn could be looked as failure, the shedding of the leaves. But you and I both know that it is actually preparing us for the other 3 seasons. And autumn in itself is beautiful. And you also know the importance of autumn when it comes to farming. So something which we may take as negative is actually not negative at all. It's the same thing with failure as well. So it's time to change perspectives. Thank you.